Hello there.
Hello.
How are you? You doing well? I hope you're doing
Allegedly.
well. What do you mean allegedly? Why would you? Is something wrong? Do we need to take a moment here before we start?
Clearly not, if the allegations are true.
Wait, so if the allegations are true, then nothing is wrong.
Yeah.
Okay. Allegedly. Allegedly. You know what? This intro sucks. This month, our patrons gave us a nice 5-way tie, so we had our pick of the litter. We voted to play some IF from Zarf.
I get litter. Is this finally the month where I roll in trash?
We played Trash the Planet already.
You're right, we did. Thank you.
You have so much energy right when we're at the very beginning of an episode, and I don't know what to do with it, because that's the only time when I've got business to get through. Anyway, we haven't played IF we played Photopia earlier this year, right?
We did.
Yeah, so this is our going back to some classic IF here. This was an entry in the J is Games Casual Game Design Competition number 7.
Anybody remember J is Games? Shout out to playing free Flash games that I learned about from there in like middle school.
We checked it out. It looks like it's mostly just
now it's mostly slop, but the site still exists.
Regardless, I can't wait to play this. It is described as Andrew Plotkin's take on the escape room genre. All right, workspace, a fresh start. Time for a fresh start. You've been slogging toward the goal, true meta-semanticity, for months.
It's meta.
It's meta.
Is this SK Core yet?
It might be SK Core. Code logic sparkles in your dreams and mutters in your ears. You've made great strides of progress, thrown them away, rewritten, rearranged, refactored, but the contract deadline is crawling down your throat. No escaping that. You've got to pull this project together, and soon. So, forget all of the environment modeling, the texture cores, the interface splicing. You're going to build on basic physical forces, like light, heat, maybe mass. Make it feel real in the user's gut. Dual Transform, a meta-semantic construction by Andrew Plotkin. Release 5, serial number 100225. Inform 7 build 5Z71. Type about for credits and game information. Workspace, nothing surrounds you. The virtual space is unbounded and absolutely blank. Just the opposite of what you're aiming at if you think wryly. With a mental flick, you call up the archetype of a force. Pressure, you decide. Mathematically simple, but instructional. The archetype forms before you a simple equation hanging in the workspace.
Let's type about for credits and game information.
Yeah, is this going to give us the same stuff we were looking at?
Yes, it does.
Yes, it does. Okay, cool. See, I started on that page because I knew. Okay, so can we look at pressure? I want to look at pressure.
Yeah, let's try it.
Let's examine pressure. Andrew Plotkin also has a very handy card for newbies or people who don't play text games often enough.
Yep.
Namely us, to help with just some of the basic commands and stuff that we have referenced on another screen. PV equals NRT. Of course, the archetype encodes far more information than that. It's a slice of your entire knowledge base. But the grade school equation represents the idea of pressure, so it's good enough for hacking.
Can we feel the pressure?
The equation feels taut, like a balloon inflated near bursting. Perfect.
It feels pressureful.
I like that the equation is an abstract representation of the idea of pressure.
Yeah. So let's wear it.
You want to wear it.
Yeah.
You need to be holding the equation before you can put it on top of something. Oh, fair enough. Or what about just wear?
Yep.
You cup your hand around the equation and compile. It shrinks obligingly into a small icon, which you take. This is just what you were hoping for. A simple principle from which an entire immersive world can grow. Now, drop it in the workspace and see what you get.
That's funny. It accidentally worked because wearing a thing requires taking it, and taking it was what we were supposed to do. I guess we put pressure in workspace.
Okay. Let's try that. You raise the pressure icon, consider its intricacies, and release it into the workspace. It drifts away. Smoothly, elegantly, the workspace turns inside out. Church. And you can see our... just like when we were playing Galatea, the upper bar tells us, like, where we're at and, like, the important variable. In this case, we have one force.
Yep.
Church. White marbles... My only job is talking and I can't do it. White marble rises in smooth, heavy columns to an arching vault. The walls are worked in geometric traceries. One could as easily see this as a mosque or a cloister. The symbolism is not important. Only the weight of dome and the curve of arch bearing down into the roots of the world. The workspace has condensed into a simple cube, which squats in the room's center. A red carpet runs from an illuminated altar at the south end to the stand of the brass pipes which dominates the north wall. Air throbs from their arrayed notches and thunders quietly across the chamber. Magnificent, you think. So, when we compiled pressure, or when we put pressure on our workspace, it became a center of religious reverence and interesting. All right, we got some places to look here. We got a red carpet. I want to look at that carpet. A heavy red carpet runs the length of the room. This environment is a mere sketch, but you didn't sketch it. It's grown entirely from your subconscious symbolism. This is what you've been striving for. Now you just need to draw out more archetypes. Interesting. Okay. Let's check out the altar, too. The altar is a simple block of smoky marble at one end of the red carpet. Standing upon it is a tall candle which is lit. A gust of air brushes over you.
Can we feel air?
The air moves unceasingly against your skin.
Can we examine the candle?
Yeah. A tall golden candle burns on the altar. Its flame flickers and flickers in the room's unstill air. You recognize the candle as an archetype. Heat.
Ooh.
I think that's where we'll be working on next. So let's check out...
Let's take...
I want to look at the pipes first before we take that. P-press is what I want to examine. Brass organ pipes cover the north wall. Air rushes through them, not loudly, but with a steady undertone of irregular chords. Air moves through the cathedral.
Can we listen to the organ?
Is it listened to? Do I have to listen to? Okay. That makes sense. The sound of the pipes is gentle and nearly unmelodic.
Can we wear the organ?
The pipes are built into the wall and they do not move. You notice the pressure icon rotating slowly in the workspace. Is it being like blown about by the air? It's rotating. Let's try taking that candle now. You take the candle and compile. It shrinks obligingly into a small icon. It's a small symbol representing heat in all of its ramifications and aspects.
Let's put heat in the workspace.
All right. You hold the heat icon up toward the workspace and give it a gentle push. It slides neatly into place and the world transforms around you. Long hall. You stand in a long, low hall of smoke-darkened timbers. The floor is earth, benches line the walls, and you are washed by heat from the blazing fire pit that runs the hall's entire length. At the south end of the hall rises an enormous wooden chest stands on an earthen mound. The chest is closed. The cube that is your workspace rests nearby. Inside it hang your two icons. Let's look at that workspace again real quick. The workspace is represented by a clear waist-high cube. Within it are the heat icon and the pressure icon. These icons will be useful. The transformations you have experienced can be controlled. Sweat begins to drip from you.
Drink sweat.
You can't see any such thing.
Okay, so there are limits here.
Thank goodness. I like whatever dumb thing you tell me to do, I will type it in. but I also want you to know that I will be judging you while you tell me to do it.
I see.
Okay. Benches. Let's take a look at that floor, because it's an earthen floor. Hard packed earth is underfoot. Fair enough. Benches lined. Let's
Can we
look
feel the floor?
You feel nothing unexpected.
I see.
Fair enough. The benches aren't important. The fire crackles unexpectedly. Oh, fair enough.
Why does it crackle unexpectedly?
Let's look at the fire. A trench runs up the hall. Bonfires are built along it in a blazing chain. You can feel the yellow heat pressing against your face, and your back is cool only in comparison. The air is nearly stifling. Can we just cool the room? Nope. Can we use heat? Nope. Can we take heat? You poke the heat icon, which flashes reprovingly since it's already active. The icons shift slightly in the workspace. Oh, okay. It's already...
Can we look at that chest?
I suppose. I mean, I'm trying to come up with an uncouth joke to make here, and I don't really have it in me right now, so just insert your own. A heavy wooden trunk, at least a yard wide, stands at the south end of the hall. The trunk is closed. You brush sweat from your eyes.
Gotta open it.
Can we just open it? Is it locked? Or you grab the lid and yank, but it doesn't move. You crouch and shift your hold, but the chest is either locked, jammed, or warped with age. It will not open.
Climb it.
Standing on the chest wouldn't help.
Curse.
Oh, what happens if I just listen? Just the fire. Okay.
What if you curse?
What do you mean if I curse?
Type it. Curse. Darn, it was on the chart.
Is it on the chart?
Yeah.
I see.
What if we break the chest?
Violence can't help there. Fair enough. Fair enough. What if we used pressure?
Oh, I see. It becomes different in other things when we use the different things.
Ha 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 ha. Okay. White marble rises in smooth, heavy columns to an arching vault. The walls are worked with geometric traceries, rich. Yep, this is all the same. To the south stands a graceful marble altar. Your workspace is a squat cube in the center of the room. Inside it hang your two icons. Something is different here. You glance around. A small offering box now sits on top of the altar. You're sure it wasn't there before.
I guess that's the chest. Let's look in it.
A small, chased silver box, perhaps an offering box, rests on the altar. The box is closed. You glance around the room, comparing locations. Yes, a direct symbolic parallel. This tiny box occupies the same spot as the enormous wooden chest. The icon shifts slightly in the workspace.
I'm glad it's a chased silver box. I was worried it might be slutty.
It says chased, not chased. Your Vermont accent is slipping, honey. You lift the lid. Disappointingly, the box is now empty.
Interesting. Let's switch to the other. Let's switch to heat. Hey.
At the south end of the hall rises an enormous wooden chest stands on an earthen mound. The chest is open. Wait. Open? You jerk your gaze back to the chest, and yes, it now stands open, revealing a knife. True isomorphic parallel to the silver offering box, then.
Get it. 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 Get it.
Upon closer examination, the knife is an archetype. Light.
Fuck.
You reach out and compile. It shrinks obligingly into a small icon, which you take.
More archetypes. I just wanted a knife.
This isn't Yume Nikki. Oh, man. I like how taking the knife is a not solely in text games, but in indie, especially RPG style titles, is now just a meme almost. Was it also what Strong Bad was complaining about in text games?
What?
How you wanted to take the knife, but you can't take the knife. Let's see. Let's use light.
Let's put light
right, we gotta
in
put it in
workspace.
Right. You hold the light icon up and give it a push toward the workspace. It slides neatly into place and the world transforms around you. You are underground, by the echoes in the irregular rock underfoot. But the space is lost in darkness. A chill stream trickles past and the faintest phosphorescence trickles with it. Beyond arm's reach, however, you see only black. Your workspace stands beside you, inside a drift 3 icons. A worn axe is jammed into stalactite just to the south. Unfortunately, it's well above your head. We didn't examine the other 2. Okay, no, that's all it gives us. Okay. I thought it was also going to give us equations and stuff. And I was like, Air flutters somewhere overhead, so we can... Can we just listen in here? See what else we can hear? The chatter of moving water and occasional fluttering overhead.
We examine that axe?
Is it my grandfather's axe? It's an axe, perhaps an old spelunker's tool. It's stuck into a stalactite, which projects down out of the darkness above. What happens if I just try to, raw take it? The axe is stuck too high to reach. You hear a few bats flutter by, off to snack on insects somewhere.
Eat bats?
You cannot see the bats.
But it will let us try to take the bats.
We can pull an Aussie if you want to.
Can we enter the stream?
It's only a few inches deep.
Drink stream.
You scoop up a few drops and lick them from your fingers. The water tastes very clean and very old.
Yum.
Fair enough. All right. Shall we examine the other places now that we have light again?
Yeah.
See if we can find a stool or something?
Yeah.
Oh, it's pressure. A rough pewter chalice is lying near the altar. Ah, this must be the parallel of the rusty axe.
Interesting. Let's examine the chalice.
The chalice is dull metal, roughly hammered, decorated only by scratches. It is empty. A puff of air brushes past you. Maybe the air from the pipes is causing the air in the other place? Who knows? Let's, can we take the chalice?
Yeah.
Taken. The icons rebound gently off the sides of the workspace. Okay. So we have a chalice now. Sweet. What if we go back to the heat zone?
Nothing.
What happens if we use the chalice here? What does it become? The pewter chalice did not transform along with the environment. When you switch to the long haul, nice touch, a tool in hand must get priority over local themes. Okay. So what if we drop chalice? So you release the pewter chalice, it shimmers. You watch fascinated as its shape readjusts to its new environment. In moments, the pewter chalice is turned into a wooden torch.
Interesting.
So if we keep the torch in hand when we go to dark zone, we'll have light.
All right.
Taken. Let's examine that torch. Is it lit? It's not lit yet. Okay, so...
But we can light it.
The flame catches easily. The torch is now burning brightly. The fire snaps.
Time to turn it back into a chalice. So we got a cool flaming cocktail.
Yeah. That'd be nice. Torchlight reveals a pale, fat mushroom squatting in a corner of the cave, a short distance away. Well, that's nice. Yum.
Eat it.
Honey, we're not just going to eat random mushrooms. A pale mushroom shines dimly in a nearby corner of the cave. You recognize the mushroom as an archetype of charge.
Eat it anyway.
Okay. You take the mushroom and compile. It shrinks obligingly into a small icon. That is plainly inedible.
Yeah, it's inedible now. We had our chance.
What do you want? Vivian in the escape room. Why can't I eat the wallpaper? If these card keys aren't edible, what are we even doing here?
You tried to trap me in the escape room, me eating the puzzle pieces while you aren't looking.
Me wondering how you still haven't figured out this puzzle yet, and then you eating all of it. All right, let's invoke charge. You hold the charge icon up and push it toward the workspace. It resists for a moment, then slides into place. The environment transforms. Laboratory. This square tower is built of granite blocks braced by high iron beams. The roof is a broad sweep of lead-framed glass. It creaks and flexes under the assault of hammering rain outside. A complex apparatus dominates the room, a heavy brass tank, surmounted by copper and glass tubing. Wires drape from the roof down to the apparatus, hanging every which way. Your workspace sits in the center of the lab. Inside it move 4 icons. Let's examine apparatus. Oop. I didn't hit caps lock. You can't prove that. A fat brass vessel, a riveted cauldron of a thing, squats before you. Okay. A narrow copper pipe curves from the tank's top. The pipe spirals up inside of a wider glass flask. Through a small porthole, you can see the contents of the tank, a heap of rusty brown flakes lying in a cloud of sparkling vapor. Lightning illuminates the storm overhead, followed instantly by a deafening crack of thunder. At the same moment, you notice the vapor in the tank suddenly whirl and dance. Interesting. Okay. So we're getting our Dr. Frankenstein vibes here. Life. Can we examine the wires? Wires run from the tank up to the roof, or from the roof down to the tank, as you like. They're connected above the antennas, which thrust from the roof up into the storm.
Touch them. It's safe.
The wires snap with that electricity. You don't want to come too close to them. Shall we examine? We know our torch is an axe in the previous area. Do we want to see what the torch becomes in this area?
Sure.
Because we can always go back to another area to reset it. The flaming torch leaves your grasp. It shimmers and transforms into a brass compass. The workspace quivers. You glance at it and notice the icons moving jerkingly inside. Strange. The compass is a palm-sized instrument, precisely engraved. The needle wavers uncertainly in this charged atmosphere. Lightning flashes somewhere nearby. Interesting. I don't know what else would help us here. Chalice doesn't seem like...
Let's go to the other areas.
And the compass isn't giving us a direction. Will the compass give us a direction in the cave?
Maybe.
Let's invoke light real quick. A warm... Oh, I didn't take it with me.
Oh, okay.
Invoke charge, take compass. Can we use compass? What happens if we try? Or... if we examine it again when it's in our hands, does that change? No, okay. So let's
Go to the cave.
invoke light. Compass is about, the needle points north.
Let's go north.
Oh. But navigating the darkness is impractical. Okay.
Let's see.
What if we got our torch back and then just went north?
We can do that. Let's
Okay.
see what the compass does in a couple other areas, though.
Sure. Because we've got 2 more areas to check.
Of course it points north. It's a compass. Why wouldn't it?
There are no exits because there's nowhere outside to go. Fair enough. Let's just check it out. And there's no exits in the church, but let's just for
Yeah.
consistency's sake. Yep. Got it. Okay. So we want to go back to heat Drop the compass. Take the torch.
Light the torch.
Oh, yeah, light the torch. Torch is
it's
already burning.
Convenient.
Cool. You take a few steps away from the stream, but the cave has little else to offer you. Okay, so there's not something hidden in the cave. Oh, let's just check the...
Seems like it is not a navigate-y thing.
Okay. Huh. What if we took the chalice?
We could fill it up with stream water. We should.
Yeah,
Let's do it.
I wonder, because that's
Have a
conductive
sippy.
to electricity, right?
Yeah, also delicious.
Also delicious. So we want to go back to the church first. So let's invoke...
If there's one thing you take away from this episode, it's that when you go in a cave and you see water in there, it's fine to drink, nothing bad will happen.
Exactly. And then we want to go to light. You kneel and fill the chalice with stream water. Okay.
Can we put water in tank? Damn.
The water dribbles down inside the side of the brass tank. Lightning illuminates the storm overhead, followed instantly by a deafening crack of thunder. At the same moment, you notice the vapor in the tank suddenly whirl and dance.
Oh, is it supposed to be the glass flask?
Oh, is it the flask?
Can we examine the flask?
Oh, right, you can't take ye flask. That's what it is. That's what it was. Copper pipe runs up to it and then spirals up the flask interior. Notice the inside of the flask pipe within it show a dry white crust, as if the flask had boiled dry. Gosh!
Okay, so we
Darn
gotta
it.
go get more water.
Okay. All right, and then invoke charge, and then fill flask. Carefully pour the water around the pipe, filling the glass flask. The water immediately begins to bubble in the flask inside the tank. The sparkling vapor begins to rise as if being drawn up to the pipe. Oh, because the tank doesn't have a top. That's what it was. Okay. Hair fine red crystals like frost are beginning to form at the top of the pipe.
We have to cook.
What if I just wait a turn? Your deadline creeps closer. A red crystalline snowflake is condensing on the copper spike. I see.
Examines like.
Wow.
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 Inventive.
You know what it is?
One to the left to right.
That and like the home row rests. You know the home row little indentations on this keyboard?
Yeah.
To like help you figure out where you are when you're not looking?
Yeah.
They're getting... The one on the J is getting very, very worn down.
Really?
Yeah.
I've never had that happen before.
I'm coping, but still. Delicate snowflake of red crystal is forming at the top of the copper pipe above the flask. It grows before your eyes. It continues to solidify. If I press Z, is that good enough for weight? Oh. I figured out the key that's not working. It's the Z key.
There's a key that's not working?
It's kind of stuck. The last of the vapor is drawn from the tank. The red crystal finishes filling out. It's now a solid polyhedral mass.
Examine polyhedral mass.
A ruby crystal balances on the copper spike above the tank. You recognize the crystal as an archetype of weight.
But we've been waiting.
Get it? Because we had to wait for it to form. Do you get it? Do you get... That's a really funny joke, actually. I don't know why I'm complaining about it. That's really funny. You take the crystal and compile. It shrinks obligingly into a small icon. Invoke... What is this one? Weight. You push the weight icon towards the workspace, but it skids to the side. You tighten your grip to try again. With some careful pressure, the icon slides into place. Shelves, and now we're in the library. Shelves loom here in rank and file. It's only at a second glance that you realize they are not stacked with books. Instead, arms are arrayed in tidy rows. Swords, knives, spears, and weapons of every other description. More blades hang overhead, point down and silently menacing. A single bookcase stands to the west, that is one which is full of books as opposed to metal. It is fitted with doors, however, and they are closed. Your workspace rests by one wall. Inside it bounce 5 icons.
Let's drop the chalice.
You can't drop ye flask if you can't get ye flask. Silver key. All right.
Oh, that's convenient.
Take key. Let's examine some stuff before we start shoving that key places. You see long weapons, short weapons, spiked weapons. Unfortunately, they're all strapped tightly to the shelves, except for the blades that are hanging from chains on the roof. So I can't take arms, can I? Right. Fair
Apparently,
enough.
this is not a lending library.
No, you see, they have to keep physical copies on hand, so that way when they share them digitally, it's all above board. You understand. Can we break any of those chains? I know this isn't what we need to do, I'm just curious. In verse, forest of blades hanging from the ceiling. They hang in every length and style. They sway gently on their chains. Fair enough. Let's examine bookcase. Is it bookcase, bookshelf? The bookcase is a tall wooden affair, finely built. The wood is inlaid with an abstract pattern of tree branches. Beside the steel mesh doors are rows of books. Behind the steel mesh doors are rows of books bound in old green and brown leather. The workspace vibrates to the archine's sharp movements. Let's... What if I just use key? Nope.
Put key in bookcase.
Bookcase is closed.
Open bookcase.
You see no keyhole.
Oh,
fair.
So we gotta go into other archetypes.
I missed the whole thing. Okay, that's fair and reasonable. Is the bookcase like the same as the offering box, the chest? Do we need to close those to open this one? Let's go check out from the top, I guess.
Sure. Oh, that's new.
The west wall is now filled by an enormous stained glass window, which certainly wasn't there before. The window depicts a tall green tree standing in a field of lesser greenery.
Let's examine the window.
We could break it. The glass tiles are not set in lead. Perhaps the mosaic is fused or cemented. However the window is made, it shines with thousands of tints of green. Beautiful. Let's invoke heat. Something new stands here, nearly filling the hall on the west side. It's a gnarled old tree, growing where certainly no tree grew before. Its branches are bent and twisted. It strains against the low roof, but it's thick with green leaves. We could take the axe to the tree. But let's check the other versions first.
We can't see shit because it's too dark.
Do you want to bring the torch back here and see if there's anything new, or just... Nothing new in the laboratory. Okay. So let's go back to the cave.
And got an axe.
Take axe. Invoke heat. Axes may be traditional, but this axe is dull and the tree is stone hard. You're barely scratching the bark.
Interesting.
Hold on, I've got an idea. Let's try this. You raise the axe and chop down at the window. Glass splinters and the window cracks alarmingly. And then with a towering crash, the entire window shatters into a cascade of broken green glass. When the catastrophe ends, the window frame is a jagged hole, beyond which is a blank white marble wall. Alright, sounds good to me.
I wonder if that opened a bookcase.
So that was for weight, right?
Yeah.
Doors have been torn open, they hang in pieces. That certainly works.
Let's read some books.
The bookcase is a tall wooden affair, but the shelves within have broken away, spilling out and around it. Oh no, the books! The pages are all blank.
Can we read books?
This one, too, is blank.
Let's keep reading.
Still blank. All right, fair enough. See what's new with the tree. The old tree has been uprooted and lies dead on the west side of the hall. Its leaves have fallen into a yellow heap drifted around the bare branches. Let's examine that heap.
Is it a heap or is it just some leaves?
That's a great question. Broad leaves, now yellow and dry, lie around the tree's branches.
Okay, here we go. I know what we need to do. We need to get the chalice. We need to fill the chalice with water.
Yeah.
Then we need to put the leaves in the chalice of water. Then we need to boil the chalice over the bonfire.
And make tea.
Yes.
This sounds like a great idea. Let me take leaves. If it lets me take leaves, I will. Crumbles nothing in your hand. Okay, sorry. Let's check out the cave, see if anything is... Oh, drop axe. Take torch. Invoke light.
Nope.
I wonder if breaking the window screwed us over somehow.
Seems
or what if we
unlikely.
set fire to the books?
We could do that. Probably burn.
That's a horrible idea, even for blank books.
Yeah, why would you suggest that?
Wow.
Somebody hasn't read Fahrenheit 451. What is the mechanic here, I wonder?
Take book. Still blank. Fair enough. Did I mess it up? Do we need to go back?
Seems unlikely. What's the intended mechanic? What might we do? With
What
a
other
fallen
forces are
tree or
left?
with some books.
Where could the key go to?
And what's the compass for?
Let's try checking the compass in here. That's a good call. Cool.
All right, doing compass stuff.
Discover nothing more useful. Fair enough. This is the first one where I'm really stuck.
Yeah. Can we put the books back in the bookcase? Probably put books in bookcase.
Got him. It won't let me take the books.
Can we give them a sniff?
Yes, old books smell wonderful. They do.
Okay, so we did taste the books.
We could set the tree on fire.
Try it.
Sure. We get the torch in invoke heat. Drop compass.
Burn tree.
You thrust the torch into the dry leaves. In moments, the tree is surrounded by a rising cloud of fire. You back away, but the fire subsides almost immediately, without setting either the tree branches or the roof alight. That was close, you think tardily. A single leaf remains lying against the fallen tree. Unlike the others, this one gleams a bright metallic gold. Okay, yeah, burn the tree. Gotta knock it down, then burn it.
Let's take the leaf.
The gold leaf is not real. It's painted on the fallen tree.
Interesting.
I wonder if... Oh, I bet I got it. Hold on, let's invoke pressure. Behind the window casing is only blank and white marble. Oh, maybe it removed all of the unnecessary books.
Probably.
There it is. I don't know why I thought there would be one important piece of glass and not one important book. Invoke where? Single book remains.
It is chained to the bookcase with a gold padlock.
The remaining book is a small volume the size of your palm, but its leather cover is leafed in gold. Chained to the bottom of the shelf with a gold chain and padlock. You see immediately the book is an archetype of form. Okay, so we drop our torch. We take our key. On.
I don't think use on is a mechanic.
Unlock book. Ah! The silver key unlocks the padlock with a tiny snick. The workspace vibrates the icon's sharp movements. Let's take book. Take the book and compile. It shrinks obligingly into a small icon. Invoke form. You raise the form icon and feel the tangible resistance beating from the workspace. What a mess. You lean against it and slowly shove the icon into its place.
I'm imagining that the form realm is just the DMB.
I can see it. Stone circle. You stand on mossy earth, surrounded by the silhouettes of dark and massive standing stones. It is night, but the sky shows no stars at all. Examine stones. Count 8 stones around you. 7 of them are a similar height. 1 is much taller.
Interesting. So I bet there are 8 forces.
Hang on, you're not sure which direction that is. How bizarre. Let's get our compass back.
Yeah.
How about? Let's invoke. That's charge, right?
Yep.
Take compass, and then we invoke form.
And then we look at the compass. We look at the tall thing.
Bend over the compass. The needle turns slowly as if seeking something more subtle than magnetic north. It gleams catching the moonlight, but wait, there is no moon. Something glows in your cupped hand, and no longer a brass compass. Then it crawls between your fingers and flutters upward. Examine fluttering thing. The moth is fluttering erratically back and forth around the circle above you. Its wings glow softly against the night sky. Can we follow it? It's not heading in any particular direction, unfortunately, just fluttering randomly. Can we take the moth?
Examine the taller stone again. Huh. Can we take the moth? One wonders.
It's just out of reach.
Well, we could go to the other places and see what the moth translates to.
Is it a new thing, do you think?
I don't know. In all the other cases, that's not how the thing worked. So maybe it's different.
Let's go back to charge. The glowing moth has remained invariant in the room's transformation. It's fluttering around the laboratory unchanged. Maybe it'll end the light cave now. The cave... okay. As the cave forwards around you, the glowing moth flutters up into its high, dark recesses. Its light shines softly on gleaming limestone. And on the bats. One flutters by and nips the moth right out of the air. Whoops. The moth shimmers, desperately seeking another form, one less vulnerable. It breaks up into pixels and reforms as a fat snowflake, drifting around the upper regions of the cave. The bats, apparently uninterested in the bits of ice, now ignore it. It escapes your grasp. Can make it melt.
Yeah, we could.
The snowflake whirls in the fire pit's smoky updrafts as the long haul shimmers into place. In moments, the flake is losing its luster. Again, it shimmers away. This time it sublimates into a smoke ring, which drifts above you in cheerful disregard of the heat. A smoke ring. Okay. A smoke ring, huh? What do we do with this?
Go to pressure. Blow it around.
Pressure? Okay.
Yeah.
The Smoke ring is torn this way and that in the church's turbulent gusts of air, begins to tatter and then shimmers into a new form. A long silk thread now rides the air currents. It swirls back and forth, curling and twisting, but never falling. Escapes your grasp. Okay, so we got a thread now. Oh, that might be... is it... Oh, I know.
Yeah?
The silk thread slides among the hanging blades, or tries to. It tangles, is caught, and the many edges pull at it. The thread dissolves into pixels and becomes a miniature silver kite, which slides dexterously between the blades. How is that better? I mean, all right, good for you, but... And we know what to do with kites. The silver kite bobs near the wires and jerks as a spark leaps across to it. It tries to slide away, but a flash of lightning sears the sky, and the room's air grows prickly and electric. Sparks dance from the kite's tail, and the wires pull it closer. The kite shimmers away into a gleam of pure light that plays across the roof.
I wonder if it'll stay as pure light when we go to other places. Like if we go back to the light room where it was a butterfly before and then bats got it.
Yep.
Will it just be light now? It is. Interesting.
Oh, I wonder if we can, it'll help us here now. There's no roof now, only the night sky, and the gleam of light shines upwards, unimpeded to the darkness. You can still see it there, and then as your eyes adjust, you see more. Sparks of light infinitely distant. The stars are out. How did you miss it? The starlight illuminates a shape at your feet. It's a small, perfect model of a room. Your workspace, your usual habitual workspace, not this fluid environment. It appears the model room is an archetype, metasemantics. You reach out and compile. It shrinks obligingly to a small icon, which you take. The workspace is shaking.
Let's invoke.
Room. Okay. The metasemantics icon shudders in your grip. Pushing it into the workspace is like forcing it through gravel, but you lean into the force. After several moments of struggle, the icon is in place. The world changes, and this is your workspace. All your furniture and things are set up just as you like them. The exit is to the south. The cube representing your workspace sits on a desk. Inside it, the 7 icons vibrate wildly. You look around. This, too, is magnificent, in a quiet way. The program has condensed your style of interaction into a tangible metaphor, a perfect rendition of the way you work.
Let's go south.
Huh?
Let's go south.
We haven't looked at ourselves yet. We haven't looked at ourselves, which I'm realizing
right.
is something that is... like, kind of assumed that you'll do at some point when you're playing these games. Examine self. T. Jant Gansfeld is a notable contract researcher in virtual workspace design, but you don't need to reread your own Distribupedia article. It'll record your triumph soon enough. The workspace cube buzzes angrily. Really, what is going on with that? Must be some kind of physical simulation fault. You'll sort it out tomorrow.
The T is for Tant. Tant Jant Gansfeld.
The workspace is represented by a clear waist-high cube. Within it are the metasemantics icon, the form icon, the weight icon, charge icon, light icon, heat icon, and pressure icon, all vibrating wildly around. It's a good stopping point, however. You should leave and report it into your client.
Let's go south.
I want to see what else is in the room. Okay.
Go south.
I don't think we can because we're still in the simulation, right?
Yeah, but let's try it.
You turn and reach for the exit of your virtual environment. There's a wild crash behind you. You spin. The workspace cube lies in splinters sprayed across your desk, tinkling to the floor. Above it whirling 7 forces that grow and become more potent. Then the walls are splintering too. Trapped. Nothing surrounds you. The virtual space is absolutely blank, but no longer unbounded. You're unable to move or escape. You wonder if someone will come looking.
Oh shit.
To be continued. Would you like to restart, restore a saved game, or quit?
Oh shit. Did I just give us a bad end?
Hold on. Let's one moment here. The game has finished. Okay. I was like, wait, are we being meta right now? Oh, that's so much fun, though.
Yeah.
Oh, I had a good time with this.
That was neat.
Yeah. Definitely, a lot of Andrew Plotkin's work is free on their website. We'll leave a link in the description of this. Go check it out for yourself. Go check out some of these other games. And if you like us playing text games, let us know. something that we want to keep. We don't ever want this to stop being a thing we do on the channel.
Yeah.
Playing text games and stuff. I know the audience for it is a little bit more, is a little bit not as big as our visual novel stuff, but like, this is still really like, this fits squarely within the stuff we love to do. And I hope you enjoyed it. I know we had a good time. Go check it out for yourself. See if there's a different ending we missed or something. Who knows?
Someday we got to do like the old King's Quest, like they had in in the elementary
I both
school
want
room.
to do that and would feel like I would be frustrated beyond belief.
Oh, absolutely.
But I feel like it'd be more manageable if I was doing it in a setting with you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll see you all next time, everyone. Bye.
Peace.
Thank you again to all of our patrons for supporting us another month. It means the world to us that you like what we do here and think that's worth supporting. If you want to join them, you can go to patreon.com/8pr. And if you sign up for as little as $1 a month, you get to vote on an indie creator for us to feature each month, which is why we're playing this game right here. You also get access to Patreon exclusive episodes. You get to see the potpourri a month before it goes available on the main channel. And you also get to see all of the exclusive Ace Attorney episodes, including a new one that's going to be up by the end of this month. If it's not, by the time this episode goes, it should already be up. So that's cool. And of course, we'd love to give a super special shout out to the patrons in our I'm Jacked In tier, including Alice,
the Fighting Doll,
and Snow Flurry. All of the money we make from our Patreon goes back into this channel. So helping us buy new games, helping us buy new equipment and keep the equipment we have functional and up to date. This is not a matter of survival for us. But if you do want to support this channel and keep this moving, we appreciate that all the more.
Smash that like, comment and subscribe.